Alright, what is up, my dudes? Today we're going to be talking about top 10 bands I would love to see live. These are bands that I haven't had the opportunity to see, whether they're not touring here or because I haven't had enough money to go and travel and see them, whatever. But I should probably preface this and say these bands have to be currently performing, currently around, so I'm not going to be doing like, Dio or something like that. That's just not even possible. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. No particular order. This is just the bands I want to see. So, without further ado, yeah, let's just jump right into Possessed here. Old school thrash metal, death metal. Some people consider this the first death metal band. And, yeah, I'd just love to see them. I mean, Seven Churches is just such a fucking classic album. It's so goddamn good. And, they're still killing it. And I would love to see them. I think they just toured Europe. They just did a handful of festival dates, I think. But usually they do one-offs here. Like, they go to Maryland Death Fest and like, Decibel Magazine Metal and Beer Fest and stuff like that. But, yeah, I would really like to see Possessed one of these days. And moving on, kind of a similar thing is Autopsy. They haven't really toured in a very long time. And they kind of do, like, those one-off festival dates or whatever. And, yeah, I would really like to see Autopsy. Super classic doom death metal band. I mean, it's just, they're fucking, what can I say? Legendary like Possessed, like. I want to see Autopsy, bro. All right, moving on, we're going to go to Manowar, who hasn't toured the U.S. since 2014 and hasn't even come to my neck of the woods since, like, 2002, I don't think. But they tour Europe, and they do a lot of dates in their kind of native area, in their native country, which is super cool. But, yeah, I would really like to see Manowar. They haven't been over here in the States in a very long time, and I would absolutely love to see them. One of these days, I might just have to buck up and just fly out and see them in Germany or England or something, because it doesn't look like they're coming here anytime soon. Moving on, we're going to go with Black Death. One of my favorite bands, so underrated, so underappreciated, but they are the first all-black metal band, and they're so good, and they have an incredible debut album that came out in like 84, 85, something like that, and it's so fucking good, dude. And I don't think they've performed since the 80s, but they are kind of making a small comeback, being on Hell's Headbangers, and I'm actually seeing that they are going to be performing in Cleveland, Ohio in like October 28th or something with Midnight and Nunslaughter and a handful of other bands, which sounds so killer, and I really, really want to go to that, but I don't know. I'm kind of traveling out of state to see a lot of shows this year, so I don't really know if that's in the budget, but Black Death would be absolutely incredible to see live, and I hear that they're possibly putting out a new album soon, so that would be absolutely fucking killer. So yeah, Black Death has got to be on there. All right, moving on, we're gonna go with Mortal Decay, who's, I think their last show was last year, 2022, but they kind of do those one-offs, festival performances as well as with like Autopsy. And yeah, I would absolutely love to see Mortal Decay, man. Like, their fucking style of brutal death metal I absolutely love, especially their debut, Sickening Erotic Fanaticism, is just so freaking good, and I would absolutely love to see those dudes live. So yeah, Mortal Decay has got to be on there. Moving on, we have the doom metal band Conan. Even though they're from Germany, they kind of tour here in the States fairly often. They actually recently toured, I think, the Midwest, and I just, out of state, just a little too expensive. But I had the opportunity to see them open for Black Label Society, but I got there too late in like 2018 when Black Label was doing their 20th anniversary tour. And so I missed them as an opener, which I was really bummed out about. But yeah, Conan would be absolutely killer to see. Yeah, great doom metal band, so Conan's got to be on there too. All right, moving on, we kind of have a weird choice here, and I went with the Swedish death metal band Aeon, whose last show was in 2015, and I believe it was when they toured with Cannibal Corpse and Behemoth and like Tribulation, and I was not into metal, or if I was, I didn't understand, like, how you could just look up when shows are happening for some stupid reason. But yeah, I missed that tour, unfortunately, and that was the last time I think Aeon performed. But they have a new record out, and I don't understand why they're not touring. I'm sure there's lots of different reasons, but I mean, Aeon would be an absolutely awesome band to see perform live. And even though they're still technically active, I don't know what it's going to be performance wise, but yeah, I would really like to see Aeon. That would be freaking sick. So yeah, they got to be on there too. All right, moving on. We have another kind of traditional heavy metal, kind of a doomy-ish band, and that would be Crypt Sermon from Philadelphia. And I absolutely love these guys. I have a flag of theirs on my wall right outside there, and I mean, I love their style, kind of Candlemassy. Really has that classic doom metal sound. The subjects are about like the Dark Ages and stuff, which I think is so fucking cool. But yeah, they it looks like their last show was in 2021, and once again, they kind of do those one-off festival performances. I was looking at their set lists or whatever, and it seems like most of their performances are in their home state. So I would have to wait for like a Decibel Magazine metal and beer thing or something in order to see them. But yeah, that would be fucking cool. All right, here. Now this is like legit top two. Like the other ones you could kind of mix and match a little bit, but this one, like these next two bands are ones I like desperately want to see. And we're gonna go with Mortician here. Classic brutal death metal band. Fairly recently became way more popular than they ever were. But damn, they just make fucking great songs. Love the samples, love how fucking heavy it is. And yeah, I fucking love Mortician, and I would absolutely love to see them perform live. They don't really tour that often. Especially nowadays, they kind of do those one-offs, and they actually do like one-off shows. Like they come to festivals and stuff, but they kind of have like their own shows in like different parts of the U.S. and then have like they play like 2 days and have a bunch of people play with them. They almost have like little mini festivals or whatever, as far as I know. But man, Mortician would be great to see. So yeah, one of these days, once again, I'm just gonna have to buck up and just fucking travel to go see one of those shows. Unless, they want to do one of those one-off shows in Colorado, fucking, you would have an insane audience here, man. I tell you what, so fucking Mortician, man, come to Colorado and do a one-off, man. That'd be fucking sick as fuck. Numero Uno, and this one is Numero Uno. This is the reason I made this list, is because I desperately, desperately, desperately want to see Rammstein. Now, a lot of people are kind of hit or miss with Rammstein. A lot of people don't even consider it metal. I would say it's metal adjacent. They're just such a huge, massive band. But they've, for the most part, stayed in Europe for the past 10 or so years. And they've done occasional U.S. festivals like Chicago Open Air. I think they did a small tour. I don't know if it got canceled or not, though, but they were supposed to be like in New Jersey and Texas and stuff. And I don't know if those ended up happening or not. I can't remember. But yeah, Rammstein is like, I have to see that band. Like, if I miss them for whatever reason, like they break up or Till gets canceled for being him or whatever the fuck, like that would just break my heart. But Rammstein, man, I fucking would love to see Rammstein. They have been like a huge fundamental building block band for me, so seeing them would be absolutely incredible. So yeah, they got to be numero uno there. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Are there any bands that you would love to see live? Any shows coming through town that you're excited to see? Just let me know, man. Just let me know, like, what you think of my picks, what you think, of these one-off performances, whatever. So yeah, that's all I got for you. Stay heavy, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much.